Hey guys, it's Max here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys this absolutely awesome 2011 Cadillac CTS-V Coupe. Now, of course, the CTS-V has the detuned version of the engine in the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. So it's a supercharged LS9, and it makes 595 horsepower. Now, this car looks absolutely amazing. It has that perfect kind of blend of this elegance that Cadillacs always have had, and also this kind of aggressiveness. It reminds me of almost an American version of an Aston Martin. And I know that may sound weird because this looks nothing like that, but it's kind of the same general style of car. So for the front end of the 2011 Cadillac CTS-V Coupe, now, of course, it still looks like a Cadillac, but it's so much more aggressive than a Cadillac usually is. I really like how it looks, and normally I'm not the biggest fan of chromed or brushed grills. I like black grills better. But on this one, it just works. With the black paint, it looks absolutely amazing. I really like how it looks. And also we got these pretty good looking headlights here. They just fit in perfectly right there, and that's what I really like about it. Of course, you got this nice little splitter down here, which looks pretty good itself, and it's just such an aggressive front end, but yet it still looks like a Cadillac. And that's what I like about it, is it's kind of understated, but still looks really aggressive. Now for the rear end of the 2011 Cadillac CTS-V Coupe, of course, it looks really good. It's like the roof line slants so perfectly onto it, it almost sort of makes it look like a hatchback. But you know, that's not a bad thing because I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it fits together so perfectly. They did a really good job styling this car, even though it's now 4 years old. So now you have the taillights back here, and they're huge. They kind of go up. It almost reminds me of how the Cadillacs used to look in the 50s and 60s with the huge taillights on the back. Still kind of that style, but in a more calm sort of manner. And it looks really good. Of course, you've also got this taillight here, which really jets out. It sticks way out. It's a good 2 or 3 inches out the back. But it's a very interesting design, and it's one of the things that sets this car apart from other cars. Also, you've got this absolutely huge dual exhaust arm here, which, of course, is going to sound amazing. Now the rims for the 2011 Cadillac CTS-V. They look a lot better in person, I will say. They're 19-inch rims. Of course, you've got the really nice brakes there. They're absolutely huge, so of course you're going to have absolutely amazing stopping power. And I really like how these look. They have this interesting design to it, which is very cool. All the different spokes, the way they kind of jet out, and I really like how it looks. Now for the interior of the 2011 Cadillac CTS-V Coupe. Obviously, it's really nice in here. You come to expect that from a Cadillac. That's how Cadillacs always have been. But it's so perfect for this car because it's got such an elegant interior, but yet it has 600 horsepower almost. So, I mean, what else can you ask from a car? It's amazing. So for one thing, this car has a really nice steering wheel. It has the perfect feel. Like, I am not kidding when I say it has the perfect feel. And of course, this car is an automatic. Monica! But seriously, it's automatic. Then you have the Chevrolet TAPshift things here. You got these weird little buttons on the steering wheel. Yes, they're buttons, not paddles. I don't get that either. But you know, apparently it works okay. The only thing is that this car, the TAPshift doesn't exactly listen to what you're saying all the time. It's performance orientated, so when you're driving, and say you try to shift at 4,000 RPMs, when you're flooring it, it'll wait and it'll shift at 7,000. So that can be good, but that kind of takes away the point of even having paddle shifters in your car. For one thing, the interior is still really nice. These seats are like literally absolutely perfect. I mean, there's definitely been better seats, but these are really good as it is, and they're really comfortable. This is a very comfortable car. Of course, everything is just like in the perfect spot. You've got such a nice little thing here. You don't have a touchscreen radio. That's okay, though. All the knobs on the radio and everything feel good, you know. You also got this nice little clock. It's an analog one, which, of course, is always the elegant way of doing things. And also the shifter, you know, obviously you only touch it every once in a while since this is an automatic. But when you do, it feels really good in your hand, and that's a pretty good thing. Also, when you open the center console, it looks like there's almost nothing here, but then you do it again, and you got a little bit more space. Still not a ton, but you know, it's enough. And also the cup holders up here are really small. I mean, you can't really fit barely anything in there. So another thing is, this is the coupe, so the back seat space is fairly lacking, but you know, that's okay, because if you buy a CTS-V Coupe, I'm sure you're not looking to have a big back seat, because you're looking for the wrong car. So another thing that's kind of odd about the CTS-V is, instead of having door handles, it has the Corvette's door popper button things. Yeah, I know. So basically what happens is you push them, and then the door pops open, and then you just push it out. It's kind of an odd way of doing things, but it's also unique, so, you know, whatever. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but what are you gonna do? So another thing that's really nice about the interior is that it's not a push-button start. You have this weird little key thing in the ignition. So, you know, it's pretty nice, because you just get in your car with the key fob in your pocket, and then turn the key and you're on your way. Another thing that's nice about the interior in this car is the gauges. The gauges are really nice. They're right in front of you. The only thing is that the font is pretty small, so you can't see real well. But, you know, it's like you're ever going to pay attention to those anyway. You got 600 horsepower. Or maybe you should. Another thing that's nice is that the dash is leather, and it's kind of hard. It's almost like a rubbery substance, but it looks nice. Everything in here aesthetically looks nice. It's aesthetically pleasing, but it's not exactly the nicest interior. This car is from 2011, though, so you gotta cut it a little bit of slack, because the interiors have gone up a lot in quality since those 4 years. So, yeah. It actually has heated seats as well as cooled seats, so that's pretty awesome. So, being a passenger in this car also is very nice. I really like the way these seats are slanted. They also have a thing here that moves out. You guys can't see it right now, but I'll put it up on the screen. It moves forward so that your knees will be up in a certain way. So if you're extremely lazy, this is the car for you. But if you want a performance luxury car, this is the way to go if you're not wanting to spend a lot of money. Of course, this isn't a cheap car, but you know, still, it's a good value. So another thing is that this glove box actually has a lock on it. So I guess maybe if you have this, you may be like a drug dealer, but I guess then it would come in handy, but otherwise I don't see why the lock is needed there. So another thing I forgot to mention is that on the dash, you have this wood grain type stuff, and it looks really nice. It's also on the door panels, so yeah. One more thing about the interior is the doors are huge. They're big doors, but it does give you a nice thumb. But I can see that it would probably be slightly difficult to get out of your car if you're in a tight space, you know, but prices have to be paid for a car like this. Of course, that's not a problem if you get the four-door one. One more thing about this car is you would expect there to be a lot more storage in a car like this, but there just isn't. There's barely any storage. That is one unfortunate thing about this car. I mean, there's a mat pocket in the door, and there's cup holders in the back if you have like 4 different drinks with you. I don't know why you need that many drinks. But if you have friends, then... Ooh. And you probably do have friends if you have a car like this. You know, like I said before, the center console is really small, and you can't fit very much in there. You can fit one of these that just so happen to be in here right now. I don't even know what this thing does, actually. This car also has a sunroof, which is really nice. It's kind of a fabric type cover, which is really weird because you can move it around. It's almost like a convertible top sunroof. And it's also electric, so that's pretty sweet. This car actually is for sale at Key Auto Mall in Moline, Illinois, so if you're quick enough, you might be able to snatch up this gem of a car. Absolutely brilliant car. It's a really nice car. Probably my favorite car that I've done a tour of so far. I mean, how could it not be? It's a CTS-V. I adore this car. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, rate, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already for more car content. And I'll see you guys later.